guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be doing the Assumptions tag while I try out the new Tarte Rainforest of the Sea High Tides and Good Vibes eyeshadow palette. I ordered this from Sephora because I'll be honest, the glitter shades like really got me. I was like, oh, that looks beautiful. I've not purchased anything from Tarte in years, so this was kind of really exciting for me. It's been a long time since I tried new Tarte. Also, the case is so cute. Do you see how it like moves around the liquid in there? It's super cute. So I don't know. I was excited to try it. And it's super gorgeous. Like, look at those colors. I'm really excited to use this. So anyway, I thought I would just kind of play around with it today. I don't even know if my look will be any good because I have no idea what I'm doing, but I just wanted to play around. And like I've already said, we're doing the assumptions tag. I asked you guys on Instagram to send me your assumptions about me, and so hopefully there's some there. I haven't even checked. This would be really embarrassing if I go look right now and there's none there. All right, so let me check my phone for some assumptions. The first assumption is you never leave the house. I never leave the house unless, like, I need to, but I do have to leave the house. I have to go grocery shopping every week. I'm gonna first go into this peachy pink called South Beach. And I'm gonna work this through the crease as our transition. This is my Sigma E40 blending brush. So yeah, I am definitely a homebody, but if I have to leave the house, I mean, I have to leave the house. What can you do? I wish I didn't have to, but I do. Oh, this is interesting. Someone said you were hesitant about dating Alok because of the difference in his culture. Not at all. In fact, Alok wasn't even hesitant either, but I would say if there was any hesitation, it was more on Alok's side because he was worried about how I would do with a new culture, I guess, but it's never been a concern of mine whatsoever. If you guys have been a shea butter for a long time, like if you watched our engagement video, you'll know this. Like, I have been chasing Alok since my junior year of high school, and we met on the school bus, and in fact, I asked him to go to my senior prom with me. He was going to Rutgers at the time. He was a year older than me, or he is a year older than me. I asked him to go to my senior prom, and he turned me down. So I didn't go to my senior prom because I only wanted to go with him. So no, I've always been quite aggressive towards my feelings for Alok, and I've really never held back no matter what his culture is. This is gorgeous. This is a really pretty little salmon-y coral color. I'm really digging this. I have my Ariana Grande God is a Woman hoodie on today. God is a woman. Yes, she is. Someone said you don't want to have kids for a while. No, ideally, I would want kids probably in the next 2 years. If it's any later than 2 years, I'd probably be, I mean, I will feel so blessed anytime I can have kids. I'm a little worried about how easy it will be for me to have kids with endometriosis and things like that. There were many years where I didn't even get a period at all. So for me, like, I've always had a lot of ovary issues that I like don't even want to get into. So for me, sooner than later is definitely ideal. The next assumption says, I assume that you love working from home, but you miss having a typical 9 to 5. Love you, Shay. I love you, Miss Erica Chapman. And you are absolutely correct. I had to quit my 9 to 5 because it was just so hard, and that sounds so stupid, and I know there's others who do have a full-time job and do YouTube. For the amount that I was pouring into my YouTube channel, I couldn't do both. I was severely depressed. I had no sleep, and I felt like my dream was slipping away by me needing, you know, so much time for my, you know, daily job. But I will say I'm not someone who thrives on not working with other people, and it's funny because when I first quit my job, I thought like this is gonna be amazing. I don't have to work with anyone. This is gonna be so great. I'm gonna next go into the shade Aloha Beaches. That's a funny shade name. But what I found is through the years that I've been solely doing YouTube, I really miss and I really crave working with people. I was a freelance makeup artist before I quit my full-time job, and you guys know I worked for Ulta as well. I've worked for many different makeup brands, like in general, just freelancing, working their makeup events and doing really cool like celebrity makeup events. Like, I did a lot of fun stuff, and I realized I miss that. Sometimes I really do miss that connection with other people, and like there was nothing better than when someone would come into a store and wanted help finding, you know, their perfect foundation, or something silly as learning how to do their eyebrows, and then like you introduce them to a product for the first time that like makes them feel so good about themselves. That's what I miss. I miss those genuine moments where I'm just teaching someone something that's going to better their life or better their self-image, and I miss that a lot. Someone said, you're a wine over liquor girl. Yes, absolutely. I love wine. Rosé is my favorite, if you would count that as a wine. I don't know, would you? I'm not like a wine expert. I just love to drink it. I love wine. And I don't love hard liquor. So yeah, you're completely correct there. Someone said, you're the loud one in the relationship. It's okay, I am too. Yes. I'm extremely loud in the relationship. I'm sure you guys could assume that just from my everyday personality. The one issue I will say Alok and I have, I mean, every relationship has issues. You're two people coming from completely different backgrounds and you're learning to grow and fuse together. My problem is that I'm over vocal and I'm extremely good and a little too good at expressing how I feel. The minute I feel something, Alok always says he admires this about me, but I know it can be a little much sometimes. I'm really, really good at verbalizing how I feel, how something has made me feel, my thoughts and opinions towards everything. I have no problem stating how I feel. Alok, on the other hand, is more quiet, more reserved, and say, even if we're in an argument, if I'm saying like, da 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 da, and this and this and that, and then you blah 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 blah, and this bothered me because blah blah blah, he'll sit there and he'll need to sit there for like 5 minutes without an answer. And I'm like, why aren't you saying anything? And he's like, well, I'm thinking about everything you said, and I'm just analyzing it. And I'm like, why do you need to analyze? That's the one thing that we're just so different on, is that he really needs to take time, process things, and think about how he feels, and it's not easy for him to say how he feels. Meanwhile, I'm over here, like, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I have no problem stating how I feel. So yes, that is like the most correct assumption I could have ever seen. That's upsetting. I just realized there's not one other matte deep shade for my outer corner. I can of course use a different palette, but I wanted to stay in this palette. Do I dare try to blend this deeper shimmer into my crease? I don't know. I'm gonna try it. I'm gonna go into this shade Dive In. We're kind of just experimenting right now. Someone said you love the Marvel movies. No, I don't. In fact, I hate everything superhero-ish. The only, and I don't even know if this is in the Marvel family. I don't think it is. That's how bad I am at Marvel. But the Batman movies, loved those. But that's it. I didn't go and see Wonder Woman and, you know, nothing like that, even though I love that a female had this role. It's not for me. I'm not into this superhero scene. This is like not really working. Someone said you were an emo and a scene kid in high school. Yes, it is so embarrassing. I was such a fusion of everything that I thought I loved in high school, because not only was I a serious emo kid, like had the whole MySpace photos and the raccoon tail hair and the big thick black eyeliner, and was always going like in like photos and doing all the little emo photos. I was such a scene kid. It was disgusting. But at the same time, I was on the cheerleading squad. So like I really didn't make much sense in life. And I played basketball. Like I did not know who I was. It took me a very long time to find out who I was in high school. I guess I didn't even find it in high school. I really didn't find it till I graduated. I was just such a fusion of just trying to find who I was. Someone said you are planning to go back to college. If you do, I wish you all the luck and love. Oh my gosh, yes I am. I don't know when, but that is my biggest goal. I feel like a lot of, and this is not, I'm not saying this in a judgy way at all, because if you're having this success, like take it all the way. Especially right now as more, look at this, as a lot more influencers are like launching their own lines and things like that. I feel like a lot of people assume for each YouTuber, the end goal is to like own your own makeup line. That is so far from what I want in life. I'm here to make enough money to go back to school. I am very aware that YouTube is not forever. I'm pretty sure it's only dying down. I don't see this growing anymore for me, which is sad to say. I wish it would. I've been doing this for a long time, and I'm going to keep doing it just because I love it. Even if, you know, I stopped making money, I just love it. I love having a place to talk about makeup. I can't find that everywhere. So I love the community, and I love filming, and I love playing with makeup, but I'm very aware that it is not forever. I don't want to be still trying to make this work when I'm like 40 and everyone's lost interest. So my main goal is to go back to school so I can get, you know, a really good job. So this is kind of working. It doesn't really mesh well, does it? I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Someone said you are very loud in bed. I'm not answering that. You little dirties. Emily said you are way too nice. You're very sweet. I try to be really, really nice. I'm also kind of a bitch sometimes, but I think generally I'm pretty nice. So I know this makeup makes absolutely no sense, but that's what kind of annoys me about the palette. I love the palette so far. I think they're just missing one more deep matte. The only mattes they have is this corally, this teal, this light brown, and this rusty color that we already used. There was nowhere else for me to go in my outer crease. I'm going to take a little more of Aloha Beaches and try to just layer that on top of that blue and kind of make a brown perhaps to get that to flow a little better. I just watched Samantha Ravndal's color theory video, and so now I feel like an expert. I'm like, yes, let me just fuse these two colors together because it'll muddy up and it'll make a nice brown, which it actually kind of is. So thank you, Samantha. All right, you guys are being really nice with these assumptions. I thought they were going to be much worse. This one says you are a genuinely nice, sweet person who cares about others so much. Yes, I will say another downfall of mine is that I care too much, which sounds like such a I care too much about others. Like, that sounds so lame. I get my heart broken a lot. Like, not in, like, love, like, with Alok or anything like that, but even with friendships. My one downfall, I would say, in relationships outside of me and Alok is that I definitely care about others, sometimes to the point where it feels like I care about them more than they care about themselves. I tend to want to push people to do better in their lives when I don't think they're doing their best, when they're making choices that I think are not the best. Again, I have this problem where I very easily state how I feel, and I guess a kind of bad habit of mine is telling them that I think they're making bad choices, and you know, that's not always a bad thing, but I definitely push people away by being too aggressive on how I think they should live their lives, which when it's really not my business, but the problem is I care so much and I want people to live better lives. So that would probably be the main thing that ends a lot of my friendships is if I see someone going down a bad path and I'm trying to get them out of it and they're not budging, I have to go. Like, I have to go. I can't watch it. What do we do from here? See, now it's really killing me that there's not a deeper shade because I, like, would want to deepen this even more, and I can't. Guess I'm just gonna go all out. I'm gonna pop into this really electric blue. I'm, like, so struggling right now. Down into deep blue. Someone assumed I'm a food critic. I'm not a food critic. but I don't know how to answer this. I do love food, and Alok and I, like, our favorite thing to do is more than buying, like, things, like, we're not so much into owning things. We're not into designer labels, like, nothing like that. And no shade if you are. Like, I get it. Designer things are beautiful, but more than anything, Alok and I are just experienced people. So instead of, you know, spending money on objects and things like the newest cars and newest TVs or electronics or phones or something like that, Alok and I so much more trying new restaurants and things like that. Like, that's just what we prefer. You guys probably notice on my social media that we tend to go out, not a lot, but at least once or twice a month, we love to try a new cool restaurant. This might be the ugliest makeup I've ever done. Someone said you curse like a sailor. Yes, you guys have no idea. I have the worst potty mouth to where every time I go to my father's house, I'm worried he's going to have a stroke because of the things that I say. Every 2 minutes, he's like, hey, stop. Like, he hates it. And I really do try not to curse around him. Actually, maybe I'm not trying that hard because I don't curse around my future in-laws whatsoever. Like, they think I'm a princess. Like, no. I do not talk inappropriately around them. I'm very respectful. But when you're around your own family, like, sometimes you let it slide. Not to mention my stepdad was in the Navy, so he literally is a sailor. He has a sailor's mouth. And yet my mom is just the sweetest, cutest little pixie blonde sweetheart who never lets a curse word slip out, and yet there's me and my stepdad Gary just like going at it, and she's like gonna have a heart attack. Yeah, it's funny. I definitely curse like a sailor. I have the worst potty mouth. So one of you is very observant because I don't know that I talk about this much, but someone said you are scared to drive. I've never heard you say you drive anywhere. I don't drive, and you are very observant. I'm gonna go into this shade because I have no idea what to do here. So when I was in high school, it was my freshman year of high school, I got into quite a car accident. I was the only person injured in the car, of course. It was with me and my friends, and she had like just gotten her license, which is terrible. I should not have been allowed to be in the car with her. I don't even know if her parents knew. She had just gotten her license that week, and we were gonna like go drive around town. This is when I lived in South Dakota, and there was this road. I don't know if you guys have these in your town. I think it was called 8th Street. It was either 5th Street or like 8th Street. And the thing on Friday is to go cruise 8th Street. You just drive up and down the street for some god-awful reason, and then everyone would meet at the gas station. It's like small town antics. If you live in a small town, like, you probably know of something like this. You like drive around on some road, and then everyone meets up at the gas station, and then the pool house, and like silliest things. Anyway, we were in her car and we were so excited, and we drove a little too fast through a red light and we got impaled. I got glass in my head was screwed up, I had to go to the hospital. I had all these staples to the back of my head. I actually don't grow hair right here from it. So ever since that, and ever since moving to New Jersey where driving is fucking crazy, yeah, I don't drive. I'm terrified. Someone said you're all bark and no bite when it comes to conflict about you. Nope. I'm quite a lot of bite, I won't lie. Like I said before, there's no better way for me to say this. I want to get into these glitter shades now. I am passionate, and I almost can't see clearly when I feel angry or if I feel tricked or wronged or any type of way. Any type of way that I'm not feeling good, I'm quick to bite. I think there's something about, a lot of people say I'm overly sweet or I seem a little too just like sweet. I'm telling you, with people who are overly sweet, their rage is insane. Probably because I'm acting so nice all the time, but if I switch, I snap. I'm afraid of myself sometimes when I get angry, and there's been some things I've done that was completely uncalled for when I'm angry. So I'd be lying if I said I didn't have to work on my anger issues throughout my life, because I definitely have. They've definitely been a little intense. All right, let's get into these glitters. I'm gonna just go ahead and use the Champagne Beach one. I guess that's the most fitting for this weird ass look I just did. Someone said with the ColourPop Disney villains collection out, I'm assuming you like the villains more than the princesses. You are correct. I can't help it. I am a villains girl. This is what drives Alok nuts about me. In all these superhero movies that he drags me to, I root for the villain. I just always do. They're so much more entertaining. I'm gonna go back into, it's nothing about the palette. The palette's been lovely. The problem for me is there's not one more dark shade. I needed one more dark shade and it's just not there. So it's like a bunch of medium tones. These are dark, of course, but they are shimmers. I can't really use those in the crease like I wanted to. So I'm going to layer on more of this color and see if it gets better. I'm sorry, I don't know why this is so ugly. The next assumption, someone said, you want to move out of Jersey and live somewhere warmer? I do not, no. I like bleed New Jersey. And it's so funny because when I was told I was moving from South Dakota to New Jersey, I had a meltdown, and in fact, I stayed. My mom went with my sister and my brother, and I decided to stay in South Dakota with my father. Now we all live out here, my dad too, because we ended up moving out here. But I was like, no, I'm not going there. I'm like this little country girl. I don't belong in city life. I was so terrified. I did not know how to function. Now that I'm in New Jersey, I 100% feel like it was destiny for us all to end up here. We have beaches, we have forests. I mean, it's just everything to me. Okay, so I'm taking this Beach Days red glitter on top of this mess I made out here, seeing if I can save this look, because that blue was the worst thing I could have done. That's making it a little better. I like this palette, I do, but I would need to always grab a black or a really dark brown from another palette to get a full smoky eye, like how you guys know I like. Well, a lot of you guys do think I have anger issues. I don't know how you picked up on that. Someone said, I think you're a sweet person, but when you get mad, you're a monster. And again, yes, that is so true. It's something I really have to work hard on to control my anger. I'm not gonna lie, and I can't be ashamed of it. It is just who I am, and it's something I personally need to work on. When I'm angry, if I feel wronged, I can't hold back. There's like nothing else I can do to make this better, is there? Let's just move on to eyeliner. I'm gonna take my Ish liquid eyeliner in black. Wow, you guys really think I'm very passionate. Someone said you are a person who finds it hard to hide your emotions and it helps you show your true reactions. Again, this is, wow, you guys actually really know me very well. This is 100% true. I just can't be anything but purely honest anymore. I just don't know how. I don't know how to control how I feel. All right, so I'm going to pop on some lashes now. I'm just looking to see if there's any other new assumptions. You guys really, wow, maybe I do come off more angry than I thought. Someone said, you're polite to everyone you meet, but you're not afraid to cut a bitch off if they cross you. Yes, this is true. It's not funny. I mean, this wasn't the one thing that caused our demise, but I had a very best friend who I love truly and I wish nothing but the best for. I'm not going to badmouth her or anything, but you know when you like, you're a really good friend to someone and you love them so much and you're there for all their life events and you like give everything to this person. You spend all your time with this best friend of yours, but it kind of feels like it's never coming back your way. Well, that's kind of how I was feeling. And then I was getting engaged. Alok had told all my friends like to come to my surprise birthday party because he was going to propose to me. Now, obviously, it was my birthday party, so you'd expect my best friends to go, which they all did except for one. She just didn't go. And then I got engaged there, and then she was furious at Alok for not making sure that she was at my birthday party, when you would just think when it's your best friend's birthday party, you would go. You don't need to know extra information like that he's going to propose in order for you to show up. So from that, even though we've had a long, many years of friendship, she was one of my first friends when I moved to New Jersey, I'm no longer friends with her. I can't. You should have been there and you weren't, and I don't have time for that. These lashes are cute. They're by Ardell. They're Studio Effects lashes. Yeah, Studio Effects. They're pretty. Someone said you'd rather stay in than go out. You are 100%. I am definitely more of an introvert. I'm definitely one of those people who like loves making plans, and I love thinking of all the fun things I'm gonna do. So I make those plans, and then the day of comes up, and I'm like in bed crying because I'm like, I don't want to go. All right, so lashes are on. This look is not my favorite, but I do think I saved it a bit. I like this palette. I really do. I just wish there was even just a matte, deep chocolate or espresso brown in here to play up the depth a little more, because as far as the mattes go, you only have medium tones. There's not another deep shade. So it's a beautiful palette. They're lacking that deep color. There's also no highlight color unless you want to use shimmer. And that is it for this look, you guys. My final thoughts on this palette, you guys already know how I feel. I really do like it. The packaging is super cute. It's kind of heavy, which I don't love, but it's nice. It's very nice. The shadows are beautiful. They performed really well. For me, it's just lacking that one other deep neutral color. Though I still think I could get beautiful looks with this. I'd like to do a second look using just these deep blues all over the lid. Maybe transition with either the teal or this warm brown and do this in the center of the lid. I think that would be a beautiful look. I actually wish I would have went ahead and did that today. Just this pink got me started on all the warm tones, and I wish I would have used more of these blue shades. So that's my final thoughts. Let me know if you're going to check out this palette. It is already available. Like I said, I purchased it from Sephora. Thank you guys for doing this assumptions tag with me. That was really, really fun. Thank you guys for watching this. I love you so very much, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!